I'm glad I recorded that. Here we go.
All right. We're back for a very special episode of the Backstairs Podcast.
What defines a special episode of the Backstairs Podcast?
Before we talk about anything,
okay.
I just want to just say thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
When that intro was playing, you rose your hand saying, "I'll take care of this, guys." And there's the cleanest intro I think that we've ever had. I know I messed it up. I know I messed it up by interrupting you guys, but I just wanted to just like for the audience listening.
It went from being the cleanest intro of a podcast episode to being the messiest. Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
It's a very fine line.
Scott, where are we?
We are in a very special place.
Echo!
On a very special podcast coming to you live from the Norway Grange.
Well, it's not live, but it's live.
We are live.
We are live, but
it's live right now.
But when they're listening, it's not going to be live.
We've talked about this. They know what
they'll
live means.
be alive when they're listening to it.
They know what live means.
I just don't want them to get confused.
I think at this point,
on the second
you think they figured it out?
Through, they're like, "Wait a minute, are they just like staying in that room?"
Okay.
All right.
At the moment, we are live. 4 or 5 days from now, when this episode comes out, we may not be.
All right, caller, you're on. Yeah,
but
so we're at the Grange.
We're at the Grange, where all the magic for OHMPAA happens.
Oh, it smells like paint. And
it does.
Coffee.
Well, I mean, they're building a set. Paint is usually involved in building a set.
I think they're almost done.
They're just about there, I think. Yeah. I think the set's really finished. It's the fine tuning of the outer lit area.
I saw some icicles somewhere on the set. I don't know if that's the temperature of the room or...
Well, it's usually cold in here. Unless it's, like on the surface of the sun, hot.
Yeah, there's only two temperatures.
No in between.
It's hell freezing over, or it's not.
Face melting hot.
Right.
July and November.
Right. So we're getting in new shows ready to go. Just about.
Yeah.
Right.
So is it miserable?
It's been absolutely miserable.
I thought of that myself.
Absolutely miserable. He's been working on that all week.
Yeah, the play Misery. We've talked about this, Scott. You're the star. Yeah. You and somebody else.
No.
Another person. And
I don't think that
you were handpicked, selected.
I'm the crash test dummy
from the light room to in the lights, just like that.
In light speed, I went from the light room to the stage.
Well, yeah, it happens.
The two of you were just so special.
Thank you.
You and Aaron rebounded back and forth. All
right, I think the banter is over.
Stars of OHMPAA.
We
watch them.
The banter has dried up.
You guys should just do a two-person show next time. you and Aaron, two-person show. I'll pitch it.
You'll pitch it?
Yeah.
Maybe you can produce this?
Produce it and pitch it?
Yeah, we know that you love producing.
I love it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Misery, how's it going?
Misery is going great. And let me tell you, there's another star. There is the star of this show. Buster is the man.
Buster Rhymes.
He looks pretty dang fine in that costume outfit.
He's the Marlboro Man. Remember the old Marlboro Man? He's looking good.
Yeah, he looks really good.
But no.
I saw that Jenny, his wife, is like hand stitching his patches on, and
she created the stitches. She created the UCLA and UCLA T-shirt and another shirt that's got to do with a county that's in Colorado where the town is.
That's so cool.
When you were wearing that shirt the other night, the UCLA shirt.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it. I'm like, what is UCLA? The show's based in the 80s.
Yeah.
Ugly, I think is.
Is it like a cereal from the 80s? I could not figure it out. And then I was just like, UCLA. Oh! I'm an idiot.
And the design is from the time period as well.
That's cool.
We got and I'm keeping the shirt when the show's over for sure.
So at the time of now, you're what, 10 days away? Or no, week from tonight, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thursday. It's a week from tonight.
Gosh.
Oh.
How you feeling?
Crap. Much less.
He was feeling good.
I was
better
fine.
when you had 10 days.
I was fine a few moments ago, but now not so much.
Yeah?
Now not so much. I think we should talk to someone else about this
Yes.
who might be just as miserable as I am. What do you think?
What are you trying to...
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
trying to introduce the guest we have with us today.
I was trying to make it miserable for you.
Oh, well,
You
good
nailed
job.
it.
You nailed it. Yeah, job well
Great.
done, John.
Well, no, I'm leading to my next question. Has it feel been beat up all the time? And I mean, how's the psychological aspect of it?
Well, see, the psychology doesn't factor in here because I was made to get my butt kicked because I grew up that way. The youngest of 5 boys.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
yeah,
had my butt kicked quite a few times.
for sure.
So, now it's like old hat.
Well, that's your perspective.
Yeah.
I'd like to get the perspective of the person that's beating on you and psychologically.
Well, so would
torturing
I.
you.
What I've been trying to do.
So who do we have with us?
We have the incomparable, the electric,
Boogie, woogie, woogie. Oh, sorry. What's the
the
name?
outstanding, the most unmiserable person there is in the world, Miss CarlaRose Dubois.
Dang it.
Wow, it's a good friend.
This is
Oh, stop. Looks like flowers. Oh,
We didn't even call her beautifully talented.
Well, I mean, that's a given.
Oh, okay.
That's on the
Wow.
resume, and I mean, it's on that form you have to fill out to be on the.
Yeah, as a
show.
producer, I was looking over her audition papers, and it said that like her first credit was beautifully talented.
right.
Yep.
Well,
So
I-
humble.
very humble. Yeah. Well, I figure I would do, the auditioner's service by just encapsulating everything in 2 words, and
Eat
that
Eat it.
eat it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There you go.
So tasty, this mic.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you can pull it right to your face. if you
Okay.
need to.
No, see, this is counterintuitive because, like, doing the radio show,
Mhm.
I'm told to stop eating it because I'm popping and locking
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like
That's
this.
right. He'll
Oh,
take
Hopefully,
care of
between
that.
Aaron messing with it and the pop filter, will
yeah.
eliminate it. But
No,
thank you so much for sitting
No,
down
I'm on
with us.
NPR. All right.
I know you've
how's
been
everybody
pretty
doing?
busy.
ASMR. No, I've been very. Oh, look at. Yeah, I'm easily distracted.
You are
I'm
very
sorry.
busy because I've been trying to
Yeah.
get you on the pod since day one,
Yeah, no.
and
And now we tricked
it's
you.
taking them up. Right.
Ooh, you.
We made Norm
Yeah.
pitch Misery
Oh.
to get you to come audition,
Oh.
so we could just for this episode.
So this
right
was
here.
the end game, wasn't
This
it?
was it.
Well
This was
played,
it.
my friends. Well played.
Yeah, back 20 years ago when you saw it. That was us.
That was you.
That was us.
Oh yeah.
You were like
Planting
linked to my
seeds.
life.
Wow.
planting seeds.
Like, and I was like 5 walking down the hall, and then I saw John's head poke out, with like a little piece of candy. I was like,
We played the
All this
long
stuff.
game here.
it's all led to this moment.
countless
Wow.
nights of people whispering backstairs podcast into your ear.
Right. Like
Yeah.
number 1 fan.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
I guess. Yeah.
So how long have you been waiting to psychologically destroy Scott Parsons?
God. Probably for as long as you've set this moment up. So for decades, actually.
She's playing a long game too.
That's right. Yeah. So
It's been about
Therapeutic.
6 or 7 years. 7 years since we did the one act play.
yeah. Gee whiz, that flew
That was
by.
when we met.
Yep. Yep.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
She played a very old lady,
Yeah.
and she did it really well.
Remember? Oh, Willie. I just said that like 97 times. It's the Paul of the
Yeah.
one act from back then.
She played Andy Turner's mother
That's right.
in
He was.
The Games Afoot.
Right.
And Janelle was
Yeah,
the murderer.
Right,
That's
Janelle was the
right.
murderer
That's
for
right.
Is that the one with the Speedo?
No.
Well, same day, same.
Well,
a
it might
different
have
one
been.
of the one acts.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many was there? Were 3 shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we? I don't remember what the name of the first one is.
It was the senior home, remember?
No, that's the one with the Speedo.
That's the
but there was
Speedo.
there was the
Yeah, of course.
Oh, we all remember that one.
Senior home Speedo. That's an
I
association.
just thought that was the one that Willie was from. So.
That too. That could have all just been one show.
There you go.
No, the other one was like this 3 or 4 stages of the same couple.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
that was
right.
And
that was like really
myself and
touching.
Jen Collins were the middle-aged.
Mhm.
Okay.
Camden and Marin were the young version.
Really?
I think it was like the high school. Like I think Jaden and Luke maybe was the. I can't remember.
That's not important.
And then Dennis, yeah,
That's not important.
So you
We can move
crap for trying
Doesn't
to
matter.
get info from you about Misery, and then you're going to sit here for
Wow.
10 minutes
One
recalling
Yeah.
people's names.
It was like an eidetic memory. And they were
I'm
wearing
trying
an
to
orange
set
shirt.
up, our guest, and
That's
but
all
yeah,
right.
you can take the time to do that. Congratulations, Scott.
Thank you.
I'll wait.
Thank you.
So anyway, Carla,
Yeah. Hi. How's it going?
is it? What do you prefer, Carla? Where's the Carla Rose come into play?
Oh, wherever, like, CarlaRose is my Christian name. But you can call me Carla if that's hard to remember, or you can call me
It's very hard to remember. Yeah.
or you can call me CRD.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Or the notorious CRD, as I sometimes.
I like
Is that your
That's your
rapper
stage,
name?
That's
is
my-
your stage name?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
That on the poster?
For certain stages. Speaking of speedos, anyway.
Speaking of stages, you
Yo.
have graced a few.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how did
Give
that,
us,
how'd that
give
get
us a
started?
quick rundown.
I mean, how did your life end up being this amazingly talented
Well,
treasure?
as I always start my story, picture it, Sicily, 1914. No,
Good for your agent.
thank you. It's the bosa
There you go.
and the pastrami. I grew up with my Italian immigrant grandparents. My grandmother and her brother were opera singers. They sang at the Met, and so they came in through Ellis Island. And so a lot of people from the same region in Italy would settle in the same region of the United States. So a lot of Italians in that part of Connecticut where I grew up. Actually, I think it's one of the most densely Italian places in the United States.
Wow.
So like art and performance was a big part of my culture growing up. And I didn't really have like a lot of outlets for it though, because like the school system I grew up in didn't really offer a lot till I got to high school. But actually, I went to Catholic school for 7th and 8th grade, and so they were putting on The Wizard of Oz. This is where our stories kind of are like a little similar. So of course I had like these 2 long black braids, and I was like, oh, I know what I'm going for.
The lion.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Oh no, I was going for Dorothy, like immediately. And I was, was that sarcasm? Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Can we edit that?
Yes.
I registered that. So like, I was like, I practiced the songs. I was like, I'm so going to Dorothy the heck out of this show, because I've been waiting my entire life to get on stage. And so, I auditioned for Dorothy, and then the director, who actually was a professional theater director who we had come in for our school, so she was a great director. I mean, she was over at the quite a few big theaters, Lincoln Theater, I think, in New Haven. So she was like, I want you to read for The Lion. And I was like, okay. And if I like little neophyte newbie mind to theater, I was like, well, if I blow the lion out of the water, then she will be more inclined. She'll see that I'm wonderful, and then she'll cast me as Dorothy. So I did like the best Bert Lahr that I could ever do. And I was just like, put 'em up. And I just did like the whole shebang. And I got cast as the lion, and I was like devastated in a way. But I mean, like, I was like, well, at least I'm going to be on stage. But then like I started doing it, and I was like, nah, she did me a favor. She knew exactly what I was meant to do. When I first got out there, and I heard my first came out, and like everybody started laughing. And I of course like broke character. I was like, oh, stop. Oh, come on, you. Come on. And so, but like after the show, like I had friends that were like, so and so, they saw it and they thought you were a boy, and they were like, "Ooh, you're not gonna like that." And I was like, "Yes, that's great." They didn't know that I was a girl under all that stuff, and I would disguise my voice well enough. And right from there, I was like, my niche is doing voices and making people laugh, and it just made sense because a lot of what my grandparents and like pretty much to a one, everybody on that side of my family is an artist of some way, but they had such wonderful senses of humor. Like that old timey comedy, the jokes and the comedy of the era, Charlie Chaplin, George Burns, Gracie Allen, Lucille Ball, Bob Hope, Carol Burnett even. I mean, like, that's the kind of humor I grew up with. And these were all like chameleons. I was like, I want to just be this chameleonic actor. I was like, I don't want the biggest role. That was like pretty much, that was like an error in thought. Like, I was like, I want to audition for the biggest role. Blah, blah, blah. But this was like, no, this is where I get the most satisfaction, is being the weirdest role. Even if I'm on for 3 seconds, I just like that challenge. So,
I didn't know we had that connection.
Yeah. The lion is pretty integral to my theater story. It's the origin story. Yeah.
Wow.
We're in the Lion Club.
Yeah.
Put her there.
Because I could totally see you as Dorothy. I mean, I could, you would have been a little comedic version, I guess.
I think I was just a goofy kid.
Pull it off. You could do. I mean, you're so talented. You could do it all. So, but you could definitely pull off the lion too. I could see that.
In retrospect, I just thought that was the greatest gift. I was like, the girl who played Dorothy was great, and she loved it as much as I love playing the lion. And I think that's where it needed to be. And it was just such a gift to be given that direction, because ever since then, it was so clear what where I was supposed to go with this thing inside me that needed an outlet. So anyway,
that's awesome.
Which led me to here, where I'm beating the snot out of you.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But that brought you to here, and Misery.
When did that first come on to your? Before you answer that, I'm just curious. What is your maiden name? Is it Dubois or?
No, it's Ricciuti.
Ricciuti.
You got to say it like this with the Italian hands. Ricciuti, which actually means curly.
Oh,
yeah, which I'm not. but my mom and my brother and the rest of my family,
they have curly hair.
Yeah, curly hair. Yeah.
Cool.
Could be curly, like.
That too, actually. That too.
Sorry. So go.
Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted?
That's my part of the podcast. Is where I just interrupt.
So your resume up to this point.
My curriculum vitae.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously you're quite the actor in multiple senses. I mean, do you?
Well,
I mean, so obviously voices are your niche.
Yeah.
Character work.
Yeah. And so I went to college. I majored in musical theater. That was fun, except for the people. No, it was not a good culture. It was just
what school?
Was I don't know if I should say it.
Okay. Never.
But it just was one of those things where I suddenly found myself having to worry about like politics, not political politics, but the politics of
the drama.
The drama. And, when you have a certain skill, instead of, lifting you up, they wanted to make sure you went away. And they were I just noticed people backstabbing each other all the time. And you just had to kind of, be a triple threat and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to go hang out with, I just remember going and hanging out with the dance majors, because they were just not like that. And I was like, this can't be my daily life at school all the time. So I did, minor in writing and archaeology, anthropology. So I ended up going to archaeological field school for a while. So I am a field archaeologist. So that was a little diversion in my life. So that, yeah. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a scientist too. I've always been, kind of a nerd. So that satisfied that. And to this day, I still like, delve into that stuff. But
Cool.
theater wise, I just went out on my own. I was like, I may not have the degree, but I'm just going to audition and do stuff. And I found my own way. And, I ended up working for Medieval Times, and then I was in Florida, and I toured with a couple shows, did a couple of 1 and 2 person shows down there. Then I came back up north and overshot Connecticut for a lot of different reasons. And, came to Maine, and I actually ended up meeting my husband in 2005. Or actually, tomorrow is our anniversary. So thank you.
How many years?
Uh,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
We'll
13.
Got that.
we'll edit it so
Well,
it's really quick. You say it really quick.
So first off, how many years have you been married? I'll set you up again.
13.
Oh, wow, okay. Congratulations.
Yes.
So how many years have you been married?
It might be 14. No, let's do 12. Pause. 13. Pause. 14. Pause. 15.
Aaron, you're going to edit that out?
No, I don't think he is.
I'm going to get like divorce papers.
Well, congratulations on all of those milestones. Get them all taken care of in one.
That's a little presumptive, don't you think?
Should we mention how you're going to celebrate your anniversary tomorrow?
That's none of your beeswax, mister.
Well, we're going to be together.
Oh, no.
We're going to
Well,
be together for rehearsals.
anyway. Oh, no. We just. Oh, Lordy Lord. So we met 2005. Actually, at Community Little Theater, Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh.
That was my third fiddler. I was Yenta. And then I was cast as like my first like straight role pretty much ever as Zeidel. I was even like, are you sure? Are you sure that's what you're going for? So, but Marcel was cast opposite me as Motel, and he just happened to be here for the summer. I mean, he was going to college in Washington, D.C. He had plans to become a priest. So our lives both like changed dramatically after that show. But yeah, no, and he's quiet, but he made me laugh so hard that I ended up just getting in trouble so much. Yeah, so the rest is history with that. So theater has had like such a, from my family growing up, and into my husband and kids. So yeah, it's just always been intertwined in my life.
That's great.
In so many ways. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Should we start breaking down Misery a little bit?
Break it down.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what was her draw. What was the draw to Misery? Is just because you felt like coming to do a show? Is Misery something?
Well, I had been really blessed for the last 5-6 years to be involved with to be actually like gainfully employed as an actor. So I was, working doing, dinner shows, interactive shows, improvisational theater.
Wait a minute. You say tractor shows?
Tractor shows, yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that like a tractor pole?
Yep. Yeah, I would dress as a giant corn cob, and I would moderate. No, no, I'm sorry.
You believed it.
I did.
So
I sold that. Do you want it?
Where do I find
Do you
that?
want it to be?
I mean, I'm asking for a friend.
It's the Orville Redenbacher annual tractor pull.
Aaron, you got plans? Or?
I hear it's popping.
I'm looking it up right.
What does Google say?
Sorry.
So again, is that
I'm just a
real,
hull
or?
of my what? I'm sorry. I'm trying to come up with more puns.
We lost Aaron.
There is a kernel of truth in that, though. I mean, somewhere it must be like Iowa or something. What?
You're really trying to butter up your listeners. Okay.
That's true.
I'm a sucker for a good pun.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh.
Came to the right place.
Excellent.
You said one during practice. Like a month ago, and I like still think about it. Like I can't remember what was going on and what you said exactly, but it was
the spirit of it lives.
I just like go back into that moment, and I just being sitting like almost in this chair and just like what, and, like crawling over. I don't know. It was funny.
It's been very fun trying to kill each other.
Yeah. No, it has killing each other with bad humor or with actual fists.
Right. What will actually kill us?
So sorry. Let's get back to. So how did you?
Yeah, Scott's very concerned about what brought you to.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I'd had a pretty full schedule. Thankfully, blessedly, even with COVID. Can I name drop? Can I name some groups?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like Balderdash Academy Teachers Lounge. We went completely to Zoom over COVID, and we turned it into a podcast like you guys, and found some listenership there, and Sleuths, Mystery Entertainment, and Mystery for Hire, which is out of Lewiston, Auburn area. So between all of them, I'd been doing a number of shows. And then the radio show, which is near and dear to my heart. That's every month over. And there's one tonight in Portland, formerly known as St. Lawrence Arts. Now it's the Hill Arts. And, so I'd been doing, such wonderful comedic, and, all of it was comedy so this popped up, and actually Marcel saw it first. And I actually hadn't done like straight theater in a while.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, look at this." I was like, "I know." He said, "You should go." And I was like, "I don't know. I have so much to do." And, my husband is very busy because he's full-time school, full-time work right now. And I have 3 young children. And he's like, "I think you should do it though." So he's like really like the impetus for me, because he said, "Yeah, you need to at least try, at least go audition." And I was like, okay. I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart for like horror and scary stories since I was a kid. So, so there were a lot of elements that made this really attractive. As a fan of Stephen King, writer of short horror stories and things like that. So, just the allure of Annie herself, just because she, there's just so many different layers to her, and comedy is not a lot unlike, like a scary, evil character. They're kind of both sides of the same coin. I mean, you're doing something exaggerated. You're exaggerating something from normal. Yeah. So he said, "We'll make it work. If somehow you get cast, we'll make it work." And God bless them. That's what's been, we've been making it work. That's so, awesome. I'm so happy to be here. This has been such a wonderful, like just on an artistic level, so fulfilling for me, to explore this realm of acting, it's such a departure from what I've been doing. And I love that. And what I've been doing had been fulfilling for me before, but of course I've never been happier in my theater life, but this has just really, really been special.
Awesome.
I'm verklempt. Look amongst yourselves. But no, especially to see, Scott, when I saw you up there auditioning, I was like, okay. Like, I was like, oh, I would love that. I would love that if I could work opposite Scott again. That would be nice.
And
so,
that was pretty much what sold me on it too.
Aww.
I was working with myself.
Yeah, obviously.
Wait a minute. You auditioned?
Yeah, so I came to auditions on the second night.
Yeah.
I told you about this. The competition was fierce.
I think I just made up something in my head. I don't know. So obviously you're playing Annie.
Yes.
Who's famously with a movie played by Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, yeah.
So, I mean, I could definitely, I know from my personal experiences, trying to base it on different performances, trying to make it my own, that fine line.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, how's that going for you? Do you find yourself kind of falling into the Kathy Bates more? I mean, has that been a struggle for you?
No, actually, I think it's important to be inspired by. I think it's okay to be inspired by performances that are great. But I think a trap that can be fallen into is to just do an outright impression, which I just kind of make sure I know not to do. And something that I've done for many years is I make what the kids call today an inspo board in my head for each character. And it's interesting. It doesn't mean that Kathy Bates is up there, of course. There's a lot that she does that I gather inspiration from, but I'm careful not to imitate. Even if Kathy Bates was doing the stage show, she couldn't do it the way she did it on the film, because she had the benefit of all these under chin shots and all this sweeping music that was just added to the frightening level you can't get on stage. So she would have to be a totally different Annie on stage herself. So you really can't, other than you can only go so far, even if you wanted to impersonate her. But, she's on the board. There's a little Jack Torrance, Jack Nicholson, because that's the analog. It's the same town. Yeah. There's my inspo boards sometimes are embarrassing. There's Sir Anthony Hopkins. There's a little bit of Hannibal Lecter in, but you're not going to see it. It's just something that I'm like, I could see. I feel a little wisp of something, and there's like there's the shark from Jaws. I mean, there's that. Sometimes like I'm floating behind Paul there. Okay. And then the teeth come out. Okay. You hear a little cello. Dun, 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 I do now. Gouge, gouge. And then a few years ago, there was this lady who was interviewed. Her apartment caught on fire, and she was interviewed. I don't know if they gave her a name, but she gave, like, in 60 seconds, the best, like, improvisational, recount of what happened. And she was like, the house is on fire. And I was like, no. And she was like, no. And I was like, the house is on fire. But she just like had this great. So when I'm doing the I don't know, there's a part where I'm speaking and I was like, and I was so excited and I was scared. And I'm like, she's in my head right there. But it just, and of course, I think of Laurie Metcalf. She was the Broadway actor for it. And I think, well, there's nothing existing that I could see. I didn't see it on Broadway, and it's not on YouTube. What can I take? I of course saw her on Roseanne, and I could see how she would, she's, and I could see how she would make expressions and do things that would make a good Annie. So I think of that. And I just happened to watch Castle Rock a few years ago. I was a big fan of that. It was kind of sad it got taken off the air, but there was a whole season that was pretty much centered on a young Annie Wilkes. And I had her name in my head just a minute ago. Lizzie Kaplan. Yep. And I thought she did a wonderful job. So, again, I could see how that could be an aspect of her and that could be an aspect of her. And of course, there's myself on the board. And there's always myself on the board here and there. I'll hear myself come out like when I say oogie or something like that. Depending on which, percentage depends on the character. So I, those are just different. That's just a little board that I have in my head and I just think about, and sometimes I'll watch these other things and get ideas,
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Insight into that.
Yeah.
I've never thought about doing like a mood board for a character. That's a really great idea. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of do that. I don't think of it as a board, but I look and pull things.
Yeah, a sphere.
I don't know. Yeah.
Give me any shape you want. A rhombus.
It's a different plane.
A tesseract, whatever.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of sitting in on one rehearsal so far.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. There were times, and it was early on in the process, but bone-chilling moments from you. Yeah. I mean, I'm so excited for the audiences to see how you have taken this character, and I'm thrilled.
Cool.
So, thank you so much. I mean, like, it's really cool that you've put that much work and effort into trying to create that character.
I appreciate it. I mean, I think I'm only a reflection of who I'm on stage with.
Well, no. I'm reflecting you.
Oh, no. I'm reflecting.
My
You're the sun.
facial expressions are because I'm actually scared to death that you're going to kill me.
You can't see it, but Aaron and I just
At
both had
times.
looks of confusion on our face.
Well, no, I was picturing a mirror, and the thing creates like that like really like
Oh, like an Escher drawing?
Yeah. Where it's just like
where it's infinite.
The infinite mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of That's really like existential. It's an infinite mirror of Annie scowling at Paul.
It's an esoteric, pseudo-autobiographical.
I don't get it. Okay.
So, I have one question.
Alrighty.
So at one point in the show, I think you say something. I won't spoil anything.
Okay.
But I will say that you do the red rum finger.
You got my Easter egg?
And I was wondering if you did it on purpose.
That's my Easter egg. Uh-oh. Okay. Spoiler alert.
I missed that.
Should I cut that out from the podcast? Because I was
Cut it out.
Stephen King, now you have to come.
Yeah.
2 entities.
The Easter egg.
Oh, no, that's purposeful. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the red rum. I didn't know anybody would even, it was for myself more than, if anybody else got it, they got it. So that's
I
good.
keep tweeting at Stephen King, so now I'm going to have to add that to my next tweet.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it should be known or should just be like, people see it if they see it. If they're number one fans.
Well, so far, I've offered him dinner and free tickets.
It's
So,
like, ooh,
maybe, 2 things.
winner. Misery dinner.
So I'm glad that that it's on purpose. Like,
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely red rum.
That's
Yeah.
Because I did this when I was rehearsing at home, and I was like, oh my god, it's the red rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, the first time I said it, I was like, oh, I don't know if she's doing it on accident or not, but she needs to keep doing that.
Could you imagine if you just asked, she was like, what are you talking about?
Well,
I don't get it.
well, she continues. You continue to do it, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
she's at least like either like has figured out what she's doing for every scene,
Consistent.
or
It's actually half an air quote.
or she's got this weird little twitch,
Yeah.
little nervous thing.
Yeah.
See that, folks? See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So if when you guys go see the show, make sure to look for the red rum.
Yeah. Therefore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Comment below.
Comment below next week.
smash that like button to smithereens.
Fun fact, red rum is murder backwards.
Come on.
Oh.
Come
I don't
on.
know if anyone knew that or not, but
Mind blown.
I actually knew that. I knew that.
Also-
That's
John.
one I don't get it.
did you know that the word race car
Come on.
backwards is also race car?
Oh.
Wow. It's a palindrome.
What?
Isn't that a palindrome?
Yeah.
Weird Al made
You know what's really weird?
Red rum's a palindrome?
No, palindrome spelled backward is not a
Scott
palindrome.
So it's hypocritical,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's ironic.
That'd be convenient. If it wasn't
Would be.
palindrome.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Weird Al made a whole song about palindromes.
He did.
He
Taco
taught me.
Cat.
He taught me a lot. He started my journey into palindrome study.
No,
Didn't you go see him in concert?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband does a good. He dressed as an '80s Weird Al, and my daughter was a little omelet from Amish Paradise. No singing,
Okay.
no fair. Because I want you to sing, but then I'd have to join in, and it would just escalate.
And I was kidding about the not singing thing. I sang the whole time.
Are you serious?
Aaron yells at me.
Oh my god! I could have been singing. I could have been singing this entire interview. What the heck?
Well,
I'm about to go Annie on your ass.
Bad looks though.
It's a sung through podcast.
Oh, would you have to pay royalties or something?
I don't know.
I
Ixnay on the royalties,
I
right?
don't really care about it too much. I just find myself singing the whole time and hope for the best.
if ASCAP contacts us and says you got to take this down because
You have 10 seconds of
I've never noticed my singing edited out. But then again, I'm sure he has before.
right.
And when Janelle and I get together, watch out.
Oh man. Okay.
oh, geez. But
Okay.
back to the show.
Yes, but we got to
Right.
wrap this thing up. You guys
we?
got practice here in an
Oh,
hour.
yeah. We're going to rehearsal
Oh my gosh.
in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We
well,
are
Yeah.
we got a
on
little more
I gotta
time.
I gotta
We got
get
a
my
little more
face
time.
on for Annie.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I was thinking that Marcel pushed you to do the show because he thought you'd be great in that part. So I'm kind of curious. Why does he think you would be great in the part of Annie Wilkes?
Well, clearly he knows the side of me that you all don't.
13, 14, 15 years?
Yeah. I mean, it's been just so great. Like, who could put a number on it, right?
I don't know.
It all just blends into one glorious year. It's been one glorious year anniversary. I think we're up to what? Like, is it silver or is it cardboard? What's the year? I think it's wax paper.
Silver cardboard.
I love the years that are just like styrofoam. Great. I can nail that.
It's like 50. It's like dirt. Oh dear, you shouldn't have.
I think we have to talk about the fourth star of the show.
Aaron?
Yes, Aaron.
The stage?
Did we tell you Aaron got cast in this show?
Oh, boy. It would not surprise me.
He's the peeping Tom.
Poor Pete.
I don't know if
He's Annie's number one fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. What's happening in the background?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's just a creepy guy at the window.
he comes on stage when he's
here's Johnny.
Yes.
when Paul does the last monologue bit, you see a red laser dot.
yeah.
Get down if you want to live.
Takes out Paul for Annie's sake.
Guess you rode in the car with Buster. And they're watching it all happen. Oh, boy.
I think we should write to Mr. Goldman and propose these changes.
So we're just gonna make these quick changes. You don't mind it.
Yeah. We have some ideas.
Just a thought.
Do with it as you will.
The fourth star of the show is the stage.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
The set's amazing.
It is,
We can
it is
say
a
it's
really,
amazing.
really cool set.
It is a great set.
The way that
It's
you transition from scene to scene.
yeah. I think
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, it's
I
just
think people are going to
truly-
be really amazed.
And Scott, you have it pretty easy.
I'm laying in bed
The
or sitting in a
characters,
wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
comfortable bed,
Work.
I think it's a Tempur-Pedic.
comfortable wheelchair.
He's getting
No.
bed sores.
I think it actually is a
Wheelchair is
circa
not.
1987 wheelchair.
Yeah.
I
It was
think-
definitely used in an insane asylum.
Yeah,
at
it's
one
definitely
point
haunted.
because it
It
there's
falls off.
something scary about the wheelchair.
Yeah, it
It's
falls
fitting.
off the stage on its own.
Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
Yeah, you took a tumble off the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
night.
a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Out back.
You rotated like
I fell in the wheelchair.
you
Let's
spun
just say.
on the wheelchair.
No.
He fell off
Can't
stage.
get any wheelies going.
No.
But yes, I fell off the stage in the wheelchair.
Wow.
But I give it my all for this.
He does.
Maximum
For
effort.
this
Yeah.
theater
There you go.
company.
Maximum Overdrive,
Yes.
another Stephen
Yes.
King reference.
Oh.
Come to our show, Stephen
Yeah,
King.
he takes a stand.
I heard the Langoliers are coming. They live down the road.
All right.
It is going to be great. Sorry, I got to stop. It's a disease. I can't stop.
Bring
be a
Cujo
real-
over here.
It's gonna be a real shining moment.
Oh.
The rest of the
Trying to figure out
Awkward.
like who works in Pet Cemetery.
I had needful things on the mind.
Needful
but I think it
things.
is-
Yeah.
Oh man. But and then we have Mr. Producer over there.
Mr. Producer.
Aaron's first producing.
Yeah.
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 Doing a hell of a job. Although, I think we're out of
Toilet paper.
Wait, what's the
Swedish
bubble?
fish.
All right.
Swedish fishes.
I'm gonna,
Critically low.
I'm gonna go get supper and then come back. So I'll get you some Swedish fish.
Yeah.
If
Like
we
a
get
single
time, I'm
pack?
getting myself some supper.
A 5-pound bag? What are we talking
Oh yeah, no, I go all out.
Industrial
Yeah.
size. He brought in the 35-gallon barrel.
Last time we talked, you were
Yeah.
complaining about the amount. So have you already gone through a 5-pound bag that quick?
We've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I feel kind of left out, honestly, guys.
Oh, what do you want?
I have
Yeah.
braces, so if I have a
Oh.
Swedish fish, it would only get caught in my grill here.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
so like
No, it's
something
okay.
not gummy.
something.
You want a lollipop?
What can Aaron hook you up with?
Do you have a van?
Do I put like give off like a creeper? No, because that's the second like, really creepy thing that you've said about me. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I think you rock a van. Just saying.
No, I think it's funny because you're the antithesis of creeper. So I think that's actually funnier to put that on.
okay.
If anyone's looking to get rid of a late 80s, early 90s van, Aaron Schofield.
If free candy.
Hey kid, want a lollipop?
Gmail.com.
Gmail in the 80s.
If free candy is already printed on it.
Aaron's email address so people could email him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You doxed him.
I mean, I said it wrong. But
Oh, okay. Oh, Lord.
anyway,
Meanwhile,
I hope you're driving
Where were we?
Back at the van.
I really do.
Thanks, guys.
Producer, Swedish Fish,
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah,
Oh,
gotta
I'm
get-
good.
Other than the candy, Aaron,
Yeah.
how has it been?
It. This is my first time, so I don't know exactly what I need to do exactly. I just look for things that need to get done and then try to get them done.
Mhm.
So hopefully that's what I'm supposed to do.
Hold on, let's check you in, Norm.
I think
Norm!
Oh, don't. He's busy. this is part of my producing.
He's only
job.
gonna be
Don't bother
mad
the
now.
director. All right.
He's not going to be inclined
Oh.
to
Check
do
his
it.
head out yet?
if you need to
No.
ask a question, you ask me, and then
Right.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
Chain of command.
So, question.
Okay.
Does Norm feel supported by you?
I'll let you know.
I think he does.
I think
I could have
so.
just yelled to Norm, though.
Actually, this is the most visible.
This is the most time you've seen Aaron?
No.
Is that what you're going to say?
He's usually translucent. I don't know. He's between dimensions. He's in the alternate reality. No, where he's driving a van.
Oh,
No.
man, the van.
No, Aaron Aaron and Kristen are like the most visible producers that I've seen. Like I
they've
really,
been
you
around a
guys
lot.
are so supportive. Like even if you just are here a lot and you're always supportive to us, like personally too. Like I appreciate that.
Oh.
So
Doing a
I think
fine
you're doing
job.
great.
I'm just thinking that I'm
Killing it.
probably overdoing it. Then I can ease back.
Yeah,
probably, but
I need-
Back off.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting.
frankly, I need some space. You're smothering me, man.
I get it.
Uh,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
What do you guys think? You have any other
Yeah.
questions?
Well, I mean, we got kind of have to pitch the show, don't we?
I think
When is it?
Yeah.
When is it?
So maybe that's a good idea. Like maybe
Yeah.
we could just you guys together could give like a little
Well,
synopsis, like a quick.
I was thinking instead,
Yeah.
we could
All
do
right.
something totally inconvenient
Okay.
and do like a 25-word
Oh,
pitch.
jeez. Is this like a haiku?
No. Well, no
Car goes off
structure,
road.
But Scott, you start with a word,
Goes off road.
With a word.
and we go
Bad.
around the table explaining.
Oh, we're doing a
misery.
one-word story.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Scott, I think we should say to you
Pitching misery.
one word at a time.
One
One
word
word
at a time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
The
Book.
Is
Fun.
and
Miserable.
but
The
only
Difference.
is
the
painstakingly
ooh.
We're trying to pitch a show. So like we're
like first word that comes to your head, people. Come
we
on.
gotta keep it about misery. Okay.
The book, blah blah blah. The
Painstakingly.
Takingly, yeah.
Resembles.
Sledgehammers.
ladies.
and
No, oh, that was bad.
That was a bad one, John.
Sledgehammers and
ladies.
Yeah. That's like a nutshell.
Yeah.
Are we continuing? Because
oh yeah,
I feel like we
we got other things to cover.
okay. Paul.
Oh, so period.
No,
Paul?
that was a Paul. That was and sledgehammers and ladies.
Okay.
Period. Paul.
Eats.
Nothing.
and
A little.
Suffers.
Greatly.
for
Writing.
Misery.
The
Musical.
Basically. So
Painstakingly misery.
Musical.
Eats
Misery
nothing,
the Musical.
Misery the Musical. If you don't want to see it after that pitch,
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
You dirty bird, you dirty bird, you dirty bird.
You
You dirty bird, birdie, birdie.
Yes,
Slam, slam.
that is the big surprise, folks.
Yeah.
Misery is a musical.
It is a musical.
Come and see it.
Yeah, you're definitely going to hear a lot of different sounds.
it's very percussion.
Percussion. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
So William Goldman wrote
Yeah.
this play based on the Stephen King book.
Mm-hmm.
And his screenplay.
his
for the movie.
screenplay.
Tragic, wonderful tale of
Whoa.
you in a snowstorm getting recovered by your number one fan.
Yeah.
And it turns crazy and wonderful and things
Intense.
happen.
Intense has been the word. I
Intense.
think.
Intense.
But it's really in a house. So
Right.
I like that. That's nice.
At the same time.
at the same time,
Yeah.
But,
in yurts.
There.
no, but a pretty awesome performance in downtown Norway.
No, my
Super
ankles will
excited.
be yurting.
Ayo, ayo. Yes. Oh, I love this.
So June 15th
Yeah.
through the 25th. There'll be
course.
6 7:30 shows
Mhm.
Yeah.
and 2 matinees on both Sundays.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
2:00.
Here.
You can get the tickets at OHMPAA.com.
Mhm.
Right? Or the Tribune bookstore over on Main Street, Norway.
Norway?
Norway.
Norway.
He'd like to think so.
Norway.
Norway.
And right here at the Norway Grange, where nowhere else in Maine, where you can get some of the finest community theater and also a class in animal husbandry. So
Yeah.
it's like a twofer.
Right.
It's like a twofer.
I will pitch this. I will pitch this that
Animal husbandry. That's the pitch.
Nah, I think that might
While
be
it's hot.
that might be a little
No.
graphic.
I
He
will,
needs a chart.
I will say that the show is
This is my safe
fantastic.
space.
Sorry, Karen.
Here I am trying to pitch a really great show. I'm trying to. Oh, we're not doing that again.
No.
That was. We are not good at improving around the.
I think 2 of us were very good and 2 of us were not very good. Just saying. I
Anyway.
said the 4 times.
I kept ending on partisan.
If that's not a great
Winding
setup, I don't know what it is.
Should have just gone around the circle. Period.
Yeah.
Add the
Ellipsis.
semicolon.
Full colon.
No. Okay.
The town needs an enema.
All right, Aaron, what's your pitch?
Pitch it, Aaron.
No. I will,
Producer Aaron. Pitch
I
it.
will
That was
say.
a great job.
I will say that for one, the show from what I've seen at rehearsals is amazing, and the fact that you can see quality, acting wise, set wise, and just all together the quality that you can see this
Mhm.
for $10.
Are you saying we're cheap?
Well, it's worth it. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
no, it definitely is.
I mean,
My frozen coffee earlier was like $10.47,
Yeah.
right?
and it's gone.
Yeah.
So
The play would still be going.
hmm
yeah. So the fact that you can see something this incredible, or like so cheap,
Pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
you can go out to eat,
Yeah.
come see the show with somebody else,
Yeah.
and spend under easily $100.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was actually, in all seriousness, when I went on the website to look at tickets, I was really I was surprised at the cost. And, that, wow, they haven't gone up like everything else has gone up
Right.
in the world right now. So I think when you see the set, when you see us and all the people involved peripherally, and, you're getting so much for that ticket price.
So much work. I think
Yeah.
about Jenny doing costumes.
I know.
How
I'm
much
looking at the
work she
costume
put
rack
into that.
right now.
Holy
Yeah.
cow! She's the amount of work she put into that.
Yeah.
That's just one of the people. It's been
You know.
it's been an amazing show.
Yeah. just
They're-
Mary Ellen and Alex and
Yeah.
Kristen
Yeah.
and her husband and
Oh yeah, no, the
Jeff
amount of
and
people
Norman.
that are
Oh my gosh.
put in the amount of hours,
Yeah.
and so
Oh yeah, and Norm and Jeff, they've done a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the directors, they believe it or not, have
Like there are
They're busy.
people like I haven't even met that are like texting each other that are like, I did this and I just like I don't even like know who these people are. And they're just all these hands on deck
Yep.
working on the show to make it so good. So,
right.
Anywho.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Crazy makeup
Yeah.
from Amanda. making
Man,
me
that
look all
looks
beat
so
to
real.
hell.
Yeah. It looks oh man. When I pulled your when I pulled your
What did you
blanket
pull?
down.
What did you pull?
It was just a
No,
blanket.
your blanket, okay?
Okay.
It was you pulled your blanket down. Wasn't changing your bedpan or anything. When I pulled your blanket down,
Does that happen?
Well,
kind
of.
of. I change you, I feed you, I dress. Yeah, like when I, to see all the injuries on your legs, it was really
It's
startling. Yeah,
It's
it
intense.
really is startling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like hell come next week. Probably
Well,
when we do all
yeah.
the makeup.
Super excited to see the finished work, and
Yeah, me too.
I applaud the three of
Me
you in
too.
your roles. Thanks for
Thank you.
sticking it out and creating something awesome.
Thanks.
It's gonna be a great show.
Such a
We're
good show.
excited. And CarlaRose, thank you so much for joining
Welcome.
us today and helping us
My
out. And
my
talking.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can,
First of many visits.
I'll say
Oh.
hopefully we can
Oh,
talk
I
about
hope so.
more in the future.
I hope I can digress and not answer questions with long stories again at some point.
Well, hey,
That's how, that's
that's what
what
this
we do.
is. That's
Yeah,
what
this is
the podcast is.
And Scott did all these questions without whiskey in his cup.
Wow.
So you should hear the questions when
Yeah.
he's
Grange is dry.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Dry
That's
green.
too
Dry
bad.
Grange.
Dry green.
dry range.
So one more time, Misery is
Misery.
performing June 15th through the 25th,
Mhm.
2 weekends. You can get your tickets at OHMPAA.com or
Mhm.
at the Tribune
Mhm.
on Main Street in Norway.
Get them quick. They're
Awesome.
selling.
And remember, we're doing monthly shows now here at the Backstairs Podcast. So look for us again in July,
July.
because this is June.
Yes.
We're almost to the showtime.
Mm.
So we'll see you next month.
And I just want to say, too, that we as a podcast are super, super thankful for everyone that's been listening.
Mm.
I know we had the opportunity to give away some tickets for Misery, right? Last
The
week.
contest is still going for a few more
Yeah.
days. So
No,
you
at
know,
the time of the listen.
that's true.
Yeah,
But-
this is live.
But I don't know. I just think it's cool.
We're in the
I'm
future
sitting here,
now.
Just stick with us and keep doing it. So
Oh.
So there might be a
Good.
chance. If you listen really early,
Mhm.
to
You got to listen first thing Monday
Yeah.
when the show comes out. You'll still have a chance to get it.
either
You
way,
could be a
the fact that
winner.
we're still able to do stuff when people want to listen to us, I think it's pretty cool. So
That's
thank you.
cool.
Keep listening, keep sharing.
Mm.
And this has been another episode of the Backstairs Podcast.
The Backstairs Podcast.
Ooh.
the Backstairs Podcast.
The Backstairs Podcast.
This has been the Backstairs Podcast. You can stream the audio or video format of this episode anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at The Backstairs Podcast. Send us an email at thebackstairspodcast@gmail.com. Redacted!